Slobs. Okay, there we go. Okay, recording. And. Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Toonkind at 12 FPS. I am Hexabeast, normally known just as Hex, and today I am joined by my good friend.
Hi, I'm RJ. Just call me RJ.
And today I am playing Barrow, the real kind half elf child question mark. He's a child, let's be real.
Isn't he like 17?
He's
This man's
17.
a kid.
He's a kid.
This is a child.
He's a whole ass child loose in Inkwell.
Oh boy. And I am playing totally not Perry the Platypus. Perrin the Platypus.
Yes.
So.
Excellent. And this will have spoilers for Protect the Town Part 1 and 2. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. It's totally okay. I think that covers it. Um so we're gonna just kind of jump right in with Barrow and Perrin and Lock-On and Bro have all been like traveling to New Scribwick. I don't know how they've been going. Just it doesn't really matter right now at the moment. It's fine. They've been traveling. And at this point, Barrow is, as you have probably, as Perrin has likely very quickly picked up, Barrow does not sleep a lot. This kid, sleeps far less than any real kind he's probably ever seen does. Um, and whether that affects him or not is remains to be seen because he always insists he's fine. But right now he's hunched over and actually tinkering with something wherever they've decided to stop for the night. And so he's currently working on that, kind of away from everybody else so as not to disturb anybody who actually wants to sleep.
Well, that's one thing that these two have in common, because Perrin doesn't tend to sleep very much unless he has to. So
Hey.
I think just waddle, peek over the shoulder. What's this boy up to?
What is this boy up to? He's got like a little device in his hands, and he's it looks kind of like a pair of headphones, kind of. But he's messing with like he's messing with one of the like cans of the headphones, and he's doing some magic to it, some kind of magic to it. It's hard to tell what, but like electricity tends to like bounce from his finger into the headset every like couple of seconds. So whatever he's doing, he is intensely focused on. I'm gonna roll to see if he even notices Perrin there. uh,
Might just like roll a quick stealth, set a DC, just because Perrin like unintentionally will sneak up on people.
that is incredible. Oh, DMV, why did you make me log in? Okay,
Oh rip.
it's fine. I know.
The fuck is your stealth with? Oh god.
It's high,
Oh
isn't it?
boy. I don't know if Barrow could actually make this. That's like 23, I think.
Oh my god. Well, given that his perception's just a straight d20, no, he does not notice. um, all right. So he doesn't notice.
Sorry.
He doesn't notice you at all. He is far too engrossed in whatever he is doing right now. Uh, and he keeps doing it. He's not stopping. He is like he'll occasionally like test something and then curse under his breath and then he keeps fiddling with it.
By this point, Perrin has practically climbed onto the surface of whatever the hell Barrow is using as like a desk or whatever,
Okay.
and probably just makes like a questioning noise, like right next to Barrow's ear.
Yeah, okay. He doesn't miss that. But he jolts, he just, what? Hi. Hi. Yes. Hi. God, you are quiet.
Yeah, it's an apologetic shrug.
um, he, he takes a moment to catch his breath, and then he goes, "Oh, wait, actually, this could work. This is perfect, actually. No, this can, okay. I He starts to kind of get excited. He's just, "Oh, good. I've actually been no time like the present to try this, I guess." um, and he kind of shifts in his spot to actually face Perrin, and he's got the little headset in his hands, uh, which you can now see is a headset, like an actual headset.
This gives Barrow a good view of the eyebrow that's slowly climbing higher and higher on Perrin's face.
he he just kind of, okay, so I don't understand that, and he kind of like motions to Perrin, just all of Perrin. Um, and I don't understand the whatever, and he wiggles his fingers as a gesture of I don't understand sign. But I figured I could try and get basically I figured I could just like get some magic going, cuz I mean, I've got the knowledge. I've tinker with stuff all the time, so I figured it shouldn't be too hard to just put a comprehend languages spell into a headset and get it to work. I mean, that seems to be like the best option here, and I figured why not? And I mean, I think I've got it working, and now all we got to do is he's just rambling at this point. Like,
There is a very attentive look on Perrin's face because, ooh, tinkering.
yes. And he's going into like he starts going into how he's like how he was trying to get the spell first into the cans and then like actually get like a whole thing going, and then comprehend languages didn't seem to be working, so he's trying speak with animals now to see if that works, and that one seems to be working. It comes like it's got to do a couple of other things, and he had to get the magic, and it works a little weird, but he's never tested it before. But hey, no time like the present. If you want to help me test this, that would I just I think it would help.
I think Perrin just gestures for him to put the cans on.
Right? So he absolutely. So initially, it looks just like a normal ass headset. It just looks like a headset. So he pops it on, and then like, uh, if Perrin actually roll a quick perception check for me.
Yeah, sure, I will do that. Where did my sheet go? There it is. Ooh, okay. Well, that's still good. It's a dirty 20.
Yeah, all right, that is enough. So when he starts like channeling whatever magic that he's got in this, you also notice it glowing like through the not only through the suit, but especially like or through his clothes because his suit's not technically on right now. Uh, but also primarily focused like on an area along his back. Like it's very bright back there. But the headphones, whatever it is, seems to work, and these headphones do in fact light up with magic, and they kind of modify their shape a bit. Let me see if I can find this image again and throw it in here. Oh, you've got it. Even better.
Got
Yes.
it.
So the magic forms a very distinct shape, and yep. He doesn't seem to notice at all. But then he just goes, "Okay, say something." And what Perrin hears is not okay, say something. What Perrin hears are decidedly just like platypus noises.
Didn't check. Alright, deception check. Let's see how well Perrin manages to. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's 19.
Yeah, alright!
He manages to maintain. He manages to keep a straight face fairly well.
Not die laughing at this teenager who now has cat ear headphones and is making platypus noises.
This laughter is entirely RJ, not.
I know.
Oh boy. So yeah, Perrin, like the consummate professional he is, takes a moment.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like me to say?
And the minute that he says that, Barrow's eyes light up, and he's just both hands in the air, and he's like, it works, yes! Because he has no idea what he's saying. Like, he has no idea. He sounds like a platypus right now. But he is beside himself, just so excited, like, yes, it works!
There's like a brief moment where Perrin just like presses his hands together and then just levels them at Barrow and goes, "Is it supposed to translate you as well?"
Well, I mean, it's using speak with animals, so I would imagine. And then his eyes get wide, and he claps a hand over his mouth. That's an oversight. That's a slight oversight. On my part.
The sun slips just a little bit. Probably not enough that Barrow notices, but...
He just... Actually, let me roll and see if he notices. I don't think he does, because he has a negative to insight.
Is this like off the?
No. He has no idea.
That is a 0. That is a 0.
Straight 0. Perfect. I love it. He knows. Nope. Perrin is handling this as professionally as he can. And so with that, he basically goes, "That's an oversight, but that's fine. That's fine. I can understand you, and that's the important thing. I got it working. I am a genius. Yes."
Perrin just nods in a very "sure, kid, we'll go with that" kind of way.
He's just... I'm sorry. Just... Oh my god, I can't believe it. I did it. We did it. We
made the cat ear headphones canon.
Cat ear headphones are a canon. Barrow just... He just goes... Look, listen. If we're gonna be... If you guys are so insistent on helping me, I can understand him just fine. And he just gestures to Lock-On over there, like, furiously scribbling away. Because I see you there, Rada. But I need to understand you, and the pen and paper work fine, but it takes too long. So this is faster. And whatever, I gotta sound like a platypus talk. That's fine, whatever, it's fine. But
Perrin will probably like step forward and put a hand on Barrow's arm or whatever and just go, "I appreciate the effort." And he is being very sincere. He does appreciate the effort. Not many people would do this.
He just kind of like has this quiet moment and then just goes, I mean, it's like I said, it's faster, and since you are, well, I mean, you are you. And he sounds very just, I still can't believe this is Agent frickin' P right here. And now I have to do platypus to platypus communication with Agent P. Yep. This is my life.
I'm protocol life is already so goddamn weird.
This might as well happen. He kidnapped me and now he's helping me. This might as well happen. And he kind of, after a moment, he just. Eventually, he does kind of just say, "Why did you decide to help me?" Now that Perrin can actually, like, more than quick scribble an answer.
Oh boy. There's a pause, kind of hefty, although that was a 0 last time, so I don't know if Barrow picks up on it. And I need to roll hammer space. Done.
Hey,
Okay,
didn't
good.
fumble.
He reaches into normally for his hammer space he reaches into his hat. In this case he just reaches into the fur around like his ruff and he pulls out a locket attached to a collar around his neck.
Uh-huh.
And he clicks it and opens it, and there is two pictures inside. There's one of a pair of young boys, and there's one of an older girl.
Barrow is very intent, like, looking at both pictures in this locket.
These are. And there's a pause as he tries to figure out the words to describe. Because he's never had the ability to directly speak to anyone like this. No one's really ever bothered. So he's kind of a little bit like, how the hell do I phrase this in a way that makes sense and is still, like, means what I want it to mean?
Yeah.
These are my adopted kids. On paper, they are my owners.
You get a kind of raised eyebrow from Barrow at that.
Highlight trains their agents from birth and puts them with a foster family so that they can do their jobs.
Both eyebrows go up now. Ah.
He.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, you go ahead.
He just kind of. So. That's like your family.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
The boys are very smart, very curious. And every day I wonder if that's going to be the day Eli comes for them.
That definitely, like, both brows go back down and now he's frowning very, very hard at that locket. But whatever he's looking at is clearly not in the locket.
Done Eli's dirty work since I was born. I I was the best agent they had. I am the best agent they have.
Yeah.
Something happened some months ago. I went missing for 2 days. I don't remember what happened.
Mm-hmm.
They almost took me away from them. Because I vanished. And I came back. They called it paranoid. I think I'm just wary. I'm a hell of a lot less blind.
Nothing wrong with that. Barrow actually, like, he says that kind of absent, like, nothing wrong with being careful. But he kind of nods. Just, I see. All right. That. Okay. I guess that's good to know that hopefully partway through this I don't have to suddenly deal with Eli. So
If I
that
can stop,
oh go ahead.
if I can stop them getting to you, I will do everything that I can.
So I know that Perrin is means that, but let's see what that's a 4, Barrow. You poor lad.
Can I like try and roll persuasion to try
Yes.
and
Yes, roll
show that he means it?
yes, roll persuasion.
Oh, good, 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 good. That's what's my bonus. It's only +3, but that's still good.
Wow, yeah. So Barrow looks at you really hard for a long time, like scrutinizing, just trying to decide like is he really like is Agent P really doing this? Is he really telling me the truth? And after a moment he just heaves out a very large sigh and just goes, I cannot believe that Agent freaking P is helping me.
Yeah, it's not exactly how I planned things to go, but no plan ever survives first contact with the enemy.
Yeah, I'm quickly learning that no plan goes according to plan here in Inkwell.
Pretty much what I can do is grab your hat and stick on for the ride.
Yeah, yeah. Hope you don't get shot along the way.
Good shot.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I, as the last time, before with the robots, I was trying to get some parts, and, well, it didn't go as planned.
Is that
It,
how you...
uh, go ahead.
Perrin just goes, is that how? And then gestures vaguely at a leg.
Barrow kind of nods. He's like, yeah, got me real good. And then he pauses and shifts, like tugging up the back of his shirt so that you can see uh what's going on back there. And it's one hell of a scar. Uh Directly on his spine. And then
It's like
there's so he's got a so down his back are pieces of metal that are very clearly like being fueled with magic, and then they're over a very very intense scar on his spine, and then there are several like burns along one side.
it's like a hissed inhale as he sees that.
Yeah, he just kind of laughs. It was supposed to be simple, just grab the core I needed, get out. And yeah, no, they had other plans. The security there was pretty good. So, well, I had to basically limp my way and then figure out what to do. But hey, I but hey, I got it all figured out, and I mean, if all I've got is a limp to show for it, then that's better than nothing.
Definitely better than being dead, yeah. There's this kind of God, Barrow's -1. I don't know if he picks up on it again, but like there's a kind of quiet horror in Perrin's voice as he says that.
I'm. Can I just say that yeah, he does get that one because like,
Yeah.
okay, so he does pick that one up, and he's just, I mean, lets his shirt fall right back down. And now that you've seen it, you can kind of see the subtle glow of magic through the fabric. Uh,
Hmm.
but he just kind of, I mean, it's it's I knew I was going to be getting into some stuff when I came here looking for Sid. So I was prepared for a lot of things. Granted, I didn't expect it to be first well, not first, but I didn't expect it to be at the hands of just a security detail of random people, but it's okay. It's fine. It'll be worth it. He does not sound very sure of that.
Oh, oh, baby. Perrin is kind of giving him this look. It's like the only word I can think to describe it is parental, but it's not
No,
parental.
I get it.
If you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's adult
Um.
looking at a kid who needs some kind of guidance.
Yes. Yeah. There's a great deal of concern in it. Um. And he kind of like shifts slightly, sits down on the edge of the desk, and goes, "So what's the story between you and Sid?"
What do you mean? I mean, he's stalling. What do you mean? Like
He just continues giving that look in the hopes that it will beseech Barrow to speak.
Sid uh, he starts like twisting one of his little tinker tools in his fingers. Just Sid is Sid's my older sister. Uh I kind of figured that's enough. Uh and then he just kind of fidgets nervously for a second. Sid's we we grew up on the streets. Uh she was never said why, just that was how it was. Uh didn't like to talk about why. Um but it was okay cuz the town, the town looked after us. It wasn't like we were sleeping on the streets. We just it was more like whoever, had an open pallet on the floor for us, that was where we slept that night. Uh so it was okay. Like, you know, town looked after us. It wasn't so bad. Um and Sid had a lot of anger, and I don't really know why. She never really talked to me about that kind of stuff. His expression kind of sours. She tried to keep it all from me, keep me out of it. But then something happened, and Sid did something drastic. And I was taken away from her. And I that kind of put her uh in a bad place. So when I found out what was going on, I wanted to help. And then I found out it was too late. Except now, I found out it's not too late. And that she's still alive. Somehow. I don't know how. And so I'm gonna find her before anyone else can. And I'm gonna. I just. I want to see my sister again. Isn't that enough?
There is there is it's Perrin is inherently hard to read by virtue of the fact that A, platypus, and
Mm-hmm.
B, he's been trained that way.
Yeah.
But there is a clear look of empathy and understanding on his face. And he goes, "Yeah, I think that's enough."
Barrow kind of just nods and says Sid was willing to do anything, anything to help me and that town that raised us out, even if it wasn't necessarily the right thing. And it's the least I can do is do the same for her.
Perrin nods slightly, and pulls the locket back out and clicks it open, just looks down at the pictures and goes, "I would do almost anything for my kids."
Yeah, that's. Yeah, you get it then.
Yeah.
He kind of sits there and just fiddling with the tinker tools for a moment, just unsure of like unsure of what else to say right now. Like,
Perrin is focusing on the locket, not looking directly at Barrow.
mm-hmm.
And he says this. "But where do you draw the line?"
I thought I knew. Sid thought she knew. To hear everyone else say it, to hear anyone else talk about it, she didn't have a line. But I don't know. I thought I knew, but I don't know anymore.
I figured as much.
He.
I.
Oh, go ahead.
You go first.
Say he's not looking very. He is very much right now looking like like a 17-year-old who is unsure of themselves.
Perrin slowly closes the locket and goes, "By virtue of my position and my role and everything, I am very aware of the line that I walk on. We have agreed to help you find your sister.
Mm-hmm.
I am willing to help you get her back. But you have to understand that there is only so far that I am willing to go, and only so far that I will be able to help you."
Yeah, I kind of figured that. Uh, I mean, considering everything I've known, you're already over whatever line I thought you had. But I'll, I, I, I can't make promises, but I'll, I'll try not to go as far as Sid did.
Will I ask?
Hmm. Say that again.
That's all I ask.
Oh, okay. Barrow kind of nods, just unsuredly, and okay, yeah. Uh, and then after an awkward pause, and it says, "And thanks for helping."
That does get him a smile from Perrin.
Yes. He is not looking at Perrin right now. Like, no, absolutely not. Ugh.
I think there's a pause, and Perrin registers the atmosphere, and then kind of just goes, "So, what else you been tinkering with?"
He kind of gives Perrin a look with the abrupt subject change, but just nods like, get that. Okay, yeah, I see. All right, I can. I know how to read social situations.
Sure you do, bud.
Sure you do, kid.
Sure you do, bud.
But he 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 reaches off to the side of the table and sets a helmet on it that matches the rest of his suit, and he just says, "Well, I had to make a new one, so been messing with this thing. And if I can get this," and he taps the headset to work with this, taps the helmet, then I think that'll probably get it working where exactly where I need it to be.
You should probably figure out the kinks first.
He just kind of he kind of frowns and just, I mean, it's working fine, but I guess having more platypus noises wouldn't be very.
I'm a fast signer, but I can't sign for the both of us.
He kind of pauses a moment and then just, I wonder if I can get it to work like a switch. I wonder if I can get a toggle for it. And he starts like thinking and like, I wonder, and he starts like, he digs out the tools and flips the helmet like upside down so you can see into it, and it looks just like a motorcycle helmet. uh uh oh, yeah, I got it, I got it. Sorry. Eh, eh. Sorry, had to fix a thing I forgot to spoil.
Meanwhile, is going to dig into his hat, pull out a notepad, and start sketching up a little diagram of magical circuitry.
Ooh, all right, okay.
Toggle on, toggle off.
Yeah. So that gets Barrow's interest. Like, uh, that gets Barrow's interest, and now he's peeking over, and he just kind of, wait, you know this stuff?
I tinker a bit in my spare time. I also helped fix up a good part of HQ's electrical system.
Huh.
We use something similar for the lighting. It's old magical lights, but we have a system of covers that turn the lights on and off, for want of a better word.
He is very, like, he is very interested. Just, this, whoa, like, I didn't, I didn't know that you knew all of this stuff. That's, he's, he's very much like, watching these sketches, and then he grabs another sheet of paper from your notebook without asking and just starts also scribbling ideas. Like,
There's a little kind of embarrassed chuff. Uh, and Barrow, you can tell Perrin doesn't get complimented on this very much, if ever.
oh. He's just, he doesn't notice because now you've piqued his nerdy interest, so he is instead just like furiously looking between the diagrams and what he's got in the helmet, and like sketching up a rough schematic of like how to integrate this stuff, which, it's not clean. There is nothing, like, these are absolutely like the loose and quick sketches of someone who is frantically trying to get something down. But it's, it's legible.
If it were anyone other than these two, they'd probably be like, the fuck is this?
What is this doctor's handwriting going on? But Barrow just kind of, he starts talking excitedly, like, as he's sketching, it's mostly technical jargon, but I mean, Perrin can obviously understand it, like. He's basically just, oh, that, like, this can work really well. I can just put a, like, I can put a input on the side that I can just feed an electrical current into, and that'll toggle the spell to click on and off, and I should only have to recharge it probably once, maybe twice a day, depending on how long it's used. This could work. This could really work. He's getting excited again.
Proud dad smile TM from Perrin right there.
Oh my god.
This is very much reminding him of his kids.
Aww.
It's very much reminding him of his kids. He misses Finley and Fergus, goddammit.
Aww. Poor Perrin, we gotta get him back to his kids at some point. Barrow is, these things hardly count as schematics, but he's already, like, opened part of the helmet up and is, like, trying to fiddle with it, and then he pauses and just goes, if I copy this directly, it's gonna do the same thing. And he tugs the headset off for a second, and that's when he sees the cat ears, finally, for the first time. And he pauses. How long have there been cat ears on this thing?
Perrin bursts out laughing.
He gives a very sour look. Incredibly sour. And utterly betrayed.
Perrin can't see this look of betrayal. He's doubled over.
just very angrily, like, there is no active hostility. It's just that very much just like, oh my god, like, get away from me anger. But he just shoves Perrin off the table.
I'm gonna make a save at disadvantage. That's a 9 on the first one. Okay, we'll go with the 9, because the other one's a nat 20. He probably still catches himself, without, like, falling head over tea kettle or landing on his ass. But he is still laughing.
Barrow has buried his head in his hands. You can't see his face, but you can see the tips of his ears turning red.
He gets a consoling pat on the leg.
Just, I cannot believe this. You were gonna let me look like an idiot the entire time.
I did say you might work out the kinks.
You could have been so much more specific than that. Laugh it up. You're not the one who created a translator overnight anyway.
You could have just learned sign language. I would have been happy to teach you.
That takes time. This was faster. And
you get a very, alright.
You just said you can't sign that fast.
I can sign exceptionally fast when circumstance calls for it. However, that generally means I'm signing too fast for people to understand me.
Yeah, but
He gets another consoling pat on the leg.
Okay. He sounds very, very pained when he says this. While I work out the kinks, do you mind teaching me a little sign, then?
Perrin just climbs back up on the table and signs a, yeah, alright.
He gets a very deadpan look and just, I assume that's a yes.
A nod.
Barrow, just, his face is still red. He's still very angry and embarrassed, but just, this is what I get for going to Toonland. This is what I get. There's no, like, active malice in that. It's just, yep. I should have expected this. I have been ill-prepared for Toon since I got here. Did I lose you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to find my notes on where the hell I put Perrin's sign name, because that was going to be the first thing
that
I was going to teach you. But I can't fucking find it, goddammit.
Oh no!
Ugh.
Rip.
Found it.
Yay!
Okay. So Perrin raises his hands and he does. This is based off BSL because I'm British. I don't know ASL.
Yeah.
But he does the sign for P. So he holds up his left index finger, makes a kind of a C shape with his right thumb and index finger, curling the rest of his fingers into his hand,
Mm-hmm.
and puts them against the index finger, and then thumps that twice to get the center of his chest.
Okay. Yeah, all right. So, is he like motion? Is he making like a follow along kind of thing?
Yeah, he
Okay.
like does it a couple times slowly so you can see it, and then does it faster.
Okay. So Barrow watches, and then eventually he resigns to putting the headset back on so he can actually understand for the moment. But he eventually mimics that motion.
My sign name.
Sign name.
Yeah. Um.
Huh.
You could spell out Perrin like letter by letter, and he will do that.
Mm-hmm.
To finger spell it.
Yeah.
But that takes a while. So you create a sign name that is a combination usually of the first letter of your name and then another sign that represents you. In my case, my sign name was made for me by Captain Cipher. So my sign name is a letter P, and the shorthand for that's mine.
Huh. Huh. All right. He's kind of nods like that's yeah, all right. That's mhm. But he repeats it a few more times to he repeats it a few more times and then just okay, I can okay. And then after a moment, do is that do you have one for all of us or is that something that we would come up with?
I've not thought of ones for you yet. Although I am considering. And then he makes like circles with his index fingers and thumbs and puts them together at the points of the fingers. And then
Mhm.
brings it up to the right temple and like makes a kind of small explosion motion with the hands so they like pop out.
Yeah, yeah.
Um Thinking that one for you.
he he kind of stares a moment and then just goes, "What does that mean?"
He raises one hand this time, right hand to the temple, and then just raises his index finger. That's idea. And
Okay.
then the combination of the two circles with the fingers.
Yeah.
That's B.
And he just,
B idea.
huh. He he looked ready to get like again that like not quite angry but angry. And then he just, huh. That surprisingly fits. Huh.
Give me some credit. I haven't been coming up with these for years.
He crosses his arms, just listen, all I know about you is from, well, the stories. So, you know. But just give I guess less credit to the news. That was bad.
Yeah, roll insight for me. Do advantage, because you fucking shit modifier.
At advantage or at disadvantage?
At advantage.
Oh, okay.
I'm being nice. Oh no.
Bye.
Please get this. Please get
Barrow,
this.
you horrible teenager. That's a 13.
Good enough. The moment you say from the stories, a shadow crosses his face.
He just uh I mean uh uh he does not know how to handle that. Just hmm. Hmm. Emotions. Hmm.
Um, Perrin probably immediately realizes what the fuck just happened. Just goes, "It's fine. I forgotten that I'm well known."
Well known is an understatement. Uh, you made it. I mean, geez, you made it all the way to Verona. Like, that's around the world. So,
There was a distinct look of, "Oh, okay," on Perrin's face at that.
what? Did you not know?
How badly will you think of me if I say no? No, I didn't.
Eh, given everything else I've learned, not very.
He lets out a small breath and does, like, mildly relax.
I mean, given that you're helping the bad guy and going against your organization, you can't you can't go much lower than that. And there's the faintest hint of humor where he might actually be joking.
There's like a squint for a second as he tries to figure out was that a joke? Is he joking? I'm going to say yes. Yes, he was joking. All right.
He is not going to confirm or deny. This is peak teenager just. He is an awkward. He is a shitty, awkward teenager doing his best. But God. But he does eventually just the if it makes you feel better, the stories aren't bad. They're mostly just about how incredible and heroic you are.
He just kind of pauses for a second and goes, "I'm not sure that's much better."
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know. It. Like I said, you're well known enough to make it all the way to our little podunk country, so yeah.
Well, here's hoping I can live up to expectation.
He makes a gesture around the room. None of this has lived up to my expectations so far. Or maybe it's too much of my I don't know. None of this is as I expected it to be.
Yes, he just reaches into his hat, pulls out a water skin and goes, "I'll drink to that," and then drinks.
Barrow has, of all things, a cup of coffee next to him that he sips. But he, like, raises it as well, just, yeah.
Sometimes being the straight man is exhausting.
He gives you a look at that, and he just kind of, the straight man?
Rule of funny thing: the straight man is what we call people who put this, the more serious inclined. They generally end up being the butt of the joke, especially if it's physical comedy. Ugh.
He.
You can kind of rub a spot on the back of his neck where the fur kind of dips weirdly.
Barrow does not notice that. He's too busy going, uh-huh, and then pulling the headset off like this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright. Okay, so that's alright. So I've been the straight man for this entire conversation. Alright.
Is he still is did he took the headset off, so Perrin probably just grabs the paper and pen it back up and just
Oh no,
goes,
he pulled it off briefly and then set it back on because he still likes
oh,
being able to understand Perrin.
gotcha. Perrin kind of shrugs and goes, well, the conversation wasn't all funny, so not all the time.
That gets him thinking. He's just not always funny. So, huh. He's kind of thinking, just. So there's. You had mentioned rule of funny, so there's like. There's rules to this whole thing? Like.
He kind of like tilts his hand a little bit.
Yes, Barrow, get the secret agent to explain to you the Toon law.
Like he opens his beak and like pauses, and you can see him thinking, and then he just kind of settles for a shrug.
uh, hmm. Barrow digs around. He has, over the course of just this quick travel, acquired a bag of stuff because he is real kind and does not have a hammer space.
Sucker.
Yes, but he pulls out his journal and he scribbles like something quick in there. If Perrin wants to try and peek at it.
I'm absolutely trying to peek at it.
Roll perception. Yeah.
That is. Yeah, not great.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's a 15.
15?
Yeah, that's
15?
pretty dang good, actually. Damn, Perrin.
Plus
So
7 for the win.
yeah. So he and you notice it's on a whole like it's a page of notes and looking through like it's a whole page of notes and the most recent thing he adds to it is basically straight man with like the quick explanation and then rule of funny with question marks after it, but the whole page is just notes on Toon behavior you've noticed, like things that between you lock on and bro that have happened like over the course of this travel. None of it is like bad, it's all just observations and like this kid is very clearly trying to understand some of the weird quote unquote weird things that Toons do.
Is there a note about the the facial graffiti?
Yes. And he that one is more just a get revenge.
Perrin's gonna lean over and tap that one and go, "You were the straight man for that one, and your revenge will probably succeed if it's funny. Good luck."
He gives Perrin a very sour look. Just then how and after a moment, like, how do I know? He's still the sour look. Just how do I know if it's funny?
Again with the open the beak pause and then shrug. I don't know. It just is or isn't. I think Toons have a sense for it. I don't know.
Barrow just okay. That's yeah. All right. I should have figured that rule. It's the rule of funny thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If we stop by a bookstore or whatever, I'll see if I can pick you up a book on some classic gags. That'll be a good place to start.
Sure. Okay. I don't think I'm probably built to do that, but I can at least do some reading.
Not all gags are physical. Although a good number of them are. There's this minor point of like he like puts a hand at the bottom of his beak in thought, and you can almost see the existential question before he just shakes his head and waves it off.
Barrow just very intently watching Perrin. And then finally he closes the notebook or the journal back up and slips it back into his bag. Just fun. But he just probably would help anyway, especially if well, I guess it would help if sorry, if I'm gonna be with you guys for much longer. I guess it would help to understand this stuff, so sure. His tsundere way of going, yes, please, thank you.
He gets like a thumbs up from Perrin.
Just nod. Alright, okay. But, back to, and he puts the helmet, he motions to the helmet again, just, I'm gonna try and get this thing working, I guess. And unless you have anything else you want to go through, I think that might be a good place to call it.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. I think it's a good place to stop.
Yeah, alright. So we'll fade out with Barrow leaning back over his helmet, trying to work out the kinks and not have cat ears sprout from it when he uses his. Or maybe do. Who knows? It might fit the gag. That's where we call it. Thanks for listening, everybody.
You enjoyed it as much as we did.
Yeah, that was great.
That was really good.